What is up, guys? Farm Boy Spence here, and it is an honor to welcome you back to the farm. So today we have the oh so wonderful task of cleaning out some grain bins. What we're doing, we're pretty much consolidating most of our corn into one bin. So we have our big bin cleared out right now, almost cleared out. Got a little bit of sweeping left to do. And then there's one more bin that we're pulling corn out of right now and putting into that other bin I was talking about where we're putting all of our corn. So we're gonna have to run the sweep auger in that and then clean up everything in there. So we have two bins that need to be cleaned up today, so you can bet that we will be getting pretty dusty and pretty sweaty.
It's good to see you, baby. It's been a long, long while. We're both a whole lot older and seen a lot of miles, but things are really different now since the good old days. And you've been in some trouble since we went our separate ways. We'll have to say hello maybe some other time instead.
Get to work. Okay, so first order of business. It rained yesterday, so there's going to be a ton of water down here in this drag. So before we're able to transfer the corn from this bin to that bin, we're gonna have to clean all the water out of this pit with a vacuum. And then once we do that, we'll be able to flow the corn through there, and then the field should be dry enough to harvest later on this week. I got a travel ball tournament starting on Wednesday, so it might be a minute before I start loading trucks and everything, but we're gonna try and start harvest later on this week. Shoot. So, gonna bring this vacuum right over here. Get the water out. Since the drag runs all the way back through here, once you're done vacuuming out this pit area, you bump the drag just one time and it'll bring some of that water that's in there right into the pit, so you can vacuum it out right here again. So we'll do that a couple times just to ensure that all the water is out. This stuff looks and smells horrendous. So, about 20 minutes and 4 rounds of vacuuming later, we have the drag fully cleaned out, so we're good to go. Restocking our scale house fridge with some water. So I talked to Dad and we're good to go ahead and start pulling grain from this bin and putting it into that one. It's starting to drizzle very slightly right now, so if it starts raining we'll have to shut everything down, but let's hope that we can get the rest of this corn out. And always double check that the duct is on the right position before you ever start moving grain anywhere. I feel like y'all know the drill by now. There we go. So I gotta go up top here to check the level of the grain, see how far it is from being full, because we don't have meters on these bins like we do the grain tank. So I'm gonna go up there and check the level, and if you're wondering why I need one of these hoods to go check the level, you're about to find out. Oh, that's dusty. So this is inside the bin. It's about 3 feet from the top, so we're gonna stop it when it's about a foot from the top. Periodically, I'm gonna run up here and check the level to ensure that we don't overfill. Here's a view from just the platform right here. You see our corn growing out there. So you can see right in here, there's a hole right there, a hole right there, and a hole all the way in the center that we're pulling out of. So there's still a considerable bit of corn in this bin, but once it's all away from the holes and it's just around the edges here, we're gonna start running that sweep auger. So I think I covered this before, but that right there is the sweep auger, and it goes around the bin collecting all the corn. And then once it's made its first go around, there'll be a thin film of corn that's still on the bin. So we'll sweep all that to the center again and sweep it into these holes and run the sweep auger one more time. All right, we're gonna go check this again. It sure don't change much. So there's barely anything coming out of the bin. I think it's time to run the sweep auger because the grain's gotten away from all the holes. So I talked to Dad and he said to go ahead and cut it off. So we'll probably run the sweep auger once we get back from lunch. So we just got back from lunch and Dad wanted me to check the level on it one more time since we did run it just a little bit before we left. So we are about to start rolling with the sweep auger, and the front 2 holes aren't dumping right now because a bunch of the bits of corn cob have clumped up and sort of clogged the hole. So we're gonna break that up a little bit and then we'll be able to run the sweep auger. And as expected, it's still sitting about 3 feet from the top. So we are once again going to check the level of grain in the bin. Hopefully it's the last time we got to do this for the day. I don't know if y'all can see that real well, but it's pretty much right where it's been all day. So we started the sweep auger. It's gonna be a while before it goes all the way around, but once it does, there's just gonna be a thin sheet of grain like this all over the bin. And that's when we'll come in here with brooms and sweep it all to the center. So Dad's gonna run the sweep auger for a little while longer. We're gonna finish it up tomorrow. I'm actually going up to the baseball field right now to long toss a little bit, get ready for Wednesday. So this morning's been a lot of this and that. We started off, we shortened the axle width of one of our combines to get ready to go on a trailer. We changed out the oil and fuel filters on some of our trailer trucks. I took the air hose and blew out the cabs and then cleaned it down with some foam cleaner. So this morning, Dad ran the sweep auger a good bit more, and it's about halfway around the grain bin. So you see right here, got about half of the bin left to go. So once that gets all the way around and gets all this in, we'll sweep everything else to the center and we'll run the sweep auger around one more time. Now currently, Dad and Chad are at lunch with a couple of our chemical reps. So hopefully once they get back, Dad will come back over here to the auger and we'll be able to get in that bin and clean everything out. And then I'll be off to baseball practice around 5:30. Okay, so Dad's still in there. The sweep auger hadn't come fully around yet, but there's a ton of weevils in there in that corn. So he's spraying some of it as it goes in the sweep auger. But it is it's 4:50 right now, and ball practice is at 5:30. It's gonna be about a 20-minute drive, plus I gotta change clothes. So that's gonna be it for today. Hopefully we'll be harvesting on Thursday. I got a tournament game tomorrow and I'm starting pitcher, so I won't be at work tomorrow. But hopefully Thursday, Friday, we start harvesting. I'm going to take a look at the sweet corn patch before we go. It's getting taller by the day. I'm looking forward to when we can finally eat some of it. And here's some soybeans growing to my right here. Well, hope y'all enjoyed that. Today, it wasn't like yesterday where I was around the bins a ton. Today was, like I said, just mainly a service day. You know, we did some stuff with the combines and the trucks. I had refilled some of the filters. We also replaced the blades on the spreader on one of the combines. So we got that done, but that's gonna be it for right now. And like I said, hopefully we will start harvest later on this week. But until then, I'm Farm Boy Spence, and I'll see y'all around.